We started in 1996, and the goal was to make the best flexo machine in the market at that time. It's a growth market. A lot of people, when they look at new technologies, they only think about digital technologies, so really at digital printing like inkjet or toner-based printing, but they don't see at the digitalization of the flexo market, and that makes it a very much growing market. There's a huge demand. The packaging market itself is huge. It's much larger than the label market, of course. But it has its challenges. You know, packaging in the past used to be long runs, the same thing, rather price sensitive, because the shelf just had a limited amount of stock. But if you now go to a supermarket or to, a craft beer, for example, is a great example. If you look there, there's hundreds of varieties. There's so many different things. So people really have to fight to get on the shelf, the end user, but then also to jump off the shelf, so to attract the attention of the public. So therefore you see much more companies who are trying to enter that market, because that's of course where the label market has always been good at, to make small runs, diversification, embellishment, etc., etc. So to really jump off the shelf. It's part of the presses, it's organization as well, but especially in the presses. If you look in the old school presses, let's say, where flexo began, you know, the mechanical presses with the gears, etc., they couldn't run really any other materials than self-adhesive. They could run self-adhesive, the quality was acceptable, but if you want to diversify in different market segments, in different product categories, so let's say shrink sleeves, which is of course one which the label market's printed for a long time already. You really need a press which can handle these materials. It is not just cooling material, because the heat of course is an issue, but it's also the tension in the materials, and you need to be able to handle that. It is changing faster than in the past. It's changing faster than sometimes the strategic outlook which a company has. You know, there's a lot of consolidation, but in the label market, where you have a more strategic approach, more long-term, but you still have a lot of independent companies. And it is a headache to make the decision, because what are you going to print in 2 years? Where you're heading to in 2 years? Luckily, with our presses, you're prepared, to be honest. You can print film, you can print labels, you can print it with all our equipment. You have always been able to. So you are ready for the future in that way. We've always focused, always standard out in the multi-substrate segment, let's say. All our EF presses are ready for multi-substrate. And you can really see that our customers, they are open to change, and the change required from an operator to learn to print new substrates is not so hard. It is much more getting the market and getting the knowledge of what the market demands. But the press itself is quite suitable for it. There's a lot of differentiation in that. We have here a plant in the back of this building, and you see there are some presses which are really designed for specific jobs. So you know that in the sales process, you talk to the converter, and you know, okay, it's gonna be focused 80% for this job, and the rest will fill it up, as they say. But we also have some customers who say, no, I want to be ready for everything, because at the moment I'm serving this customer profile, but this customer profile has a need to go to other materials. For example, we have now a machine in the back which is prepared to print light cardboard, shrink sleeve, and aluminium. Yeah, it's a combination which is not because there's already a demand at this customer, but he wants to be ready because his customer profile is leaning towards that direction, to have this mix of materials. It is a challenge. It is something we work hard on every day. We have here in the technology center, we have a lot of experts. We have people coming from the flexible packaging market. We have people who are in the label market for 20 years. We even have some guy who comes from the cardboard market. But to be honest, we cannot do it alone. We do need our customers, but we also need our suppliers. We really need to work together as a symbiosis of and bring that intelligence together. We're very good in building machines, but we don't always know all aspects of the process around it. You know, if you're talking about pre-press, there's specific things in pre-press. Yeah, it's printed on our machine, but we don't have that knowledge. So we work really closely with certain partners to achieve that level of expertise, and also to help our customer then to go to those ways and to find solutions in that. Last week I had a meeting with a customer and we were talking about service and warranty support. One of the things he said, okay, he had 12 presses, and he says, yeah, I spent less than 10,000 euros per year on maintenance. That's a quite open one. Also, we are almost at number 1,000 of our presses, and there's only 2 machines which are not working anymore in the field. The rest of all the machines are still working. Some are shipped to countries far away, but everything is still working. And we're quite proud of that. And then if you look to next to it, you are really ready for the future. So you are really ready what the market is going to request in the future. We started in 1996, and the goal was to make the best flexo machine in the market at that time. So we invested into the machine, into the R&D, to make the best flexo machine possible. And we always wanted to do that, so we saw at the moment, we saw, okay, the flexo press we made is a very good piece of kit, but the operator, that's the one who makes a difference on the press. So we started to shift our focus more on how can we make the press as operator friendly as possible. Then of course you saw more and more price pressure, etc. So you saw that there was a need for automation, because the level of the operators was, well, not going down, but it's a different type of operators. So we're now looking at how can we help our customers to get more result out of the same presses. So we get the information from the machine, what is the operator doing, how are they working around the machine, and then we work together with our customers to see, okay, how can we improve your processes? Can we give you extra training? Can we give you guidance? What is the process around your production? Is everything well prepared? Is it like, we compare it to Formula 1. You know, 30 years ago it was a 5-minute pit stop, it was okay. But now you see 2.8 seconds, for example, as a pit stop. We want our customers to go there so they can really use and sweat the asset. And that's also our future outlook.